Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Black Ops 3 Zombies video, and in today's video I'm actually going to be talking about something which is very interesting on Shadows of Evil, and I thought I would want to share it with you guys. Now granted, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it is still interesting to think about. Now, I'm going to give credit to Jimbothy. A link to his channel will be down in this video's description. I know you're going to say, well, this means it's fake. Oh my god, he does fake Easter eggs. That means it's fake. Are you retarded? No, but honestly, on a more serious note, Jimbothy does do more serious videos from time to time that aren't just parodies, although they're still pretty funny. I mean, you really can't hate the king of comedy. Now, I've known about this since about a week after the game was actually out, but I seem to have just completely forgotten about it, and Jimbothy actually made a video about this, which brought it back to my attention, and I thought it was something really interesting to discuss and share with you guys. So essentially, if you come over to the maps seen around Shadows of Evil, you will actually see that there's this fourth area called the downtown area. Now, this isn't on one of the main one that is seen in the spawn, but you can see this downtown area on all of the other maps. Now this is very weird, because why have Treyarch decided to include an area that just literally isn't in the map? And by this downtown area we can see this very large building of some sort. However, in this fourth area, there does not appear to be any ritual site or anything of that matter. Now, it seems like this was in fact going to be another area on Shadows of Evil, but the idea was scrapped, and I think this is because we do actually know that Shadows of Evil is breaking the limits that the current generation consoles can have, i.e. PS4 and Xbox One. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever noticed this, but whenever you play Shadows of Evil, it's very laggy from time to time. And that is because, as I was just saying, it's breaking the limits. It's up to the maximum size that it can possibly be. And Shadows of Evil is a very detailed map also, so I think that's partially why it just physically can't handle it. Now on PC, obviously the PC would be able to handle this extra area, but if this extra area was to be on current generation consoles, the game would just crash and lag like crazy. Now, I think Treyarch originally made this map with this fourth district included, but had to remove it. Now, on a PC, there is things like this Little Arnie animation that just isn't on the current generation consoles, and as I said, that was removed because it just can't handle it on current generation consoles, so that just shows you how sort of outdated they already are. Now, in fact, there is actually the remains of this downtown area that can be found, because if you come over to the Footlight District, you can see this area outside the map, which is very detailed, and you can see quite clearly on one of the signs on the building, it says downtown. So this was where the downtown area was originally supposed to be, but Treyarch have scrapped it, and that's why it's still a really detailed area, and we can see this road, and there's a lot of detail on this section of the map. And if you actually go when you actually go in the tram and you go by this area, you can get a look at what this actual area was supposed to be and what it was supposed to look like. Now, I think this is really interesting to prosper on, because I just think this map could have been so much better if only the current generation consoles could handle this extra district, but unfortunately they just couldn't, which is it would have made the map a lot better, because at the moment Shadows of Evil feels very cramped. It is a very big map because of its verticality and the beast mode, but unfortunately it does feel very cramped because you spawn in, you've got that little spawn area, and then you've got the 3 districts, and it's very easy to navigate around. And then obviously you've also got the Rift area as well, but the map is just very easy to navigate around, especially with the slide within Black Ops 3 Zombies. It makes it so quick to navigate around, which makes it feel very cramped and small, even though it technically isn't, which is just unfortunate. And I also think it would have been a lot better to have this area because of the Margwas, because this area seems, this scrapped area seems like it would have been a very open area, which would have been maybe a good place to train and a good place to actually, take the Margwas, because the thing it is on Shadows of Evil, there's not very many places to train. I mean, there's a few here and there. When you used to be able to upgrade the Wonder Weapon via the Pack-a-Punch glitch, there used to be a few different areas where you could train for high rounds using some specific areas in front of some of the different perk machines, but unfortunately those areas just aren't good for training anymore now that the upgraded Wonder Weapon has been patched, and currently there's no way to actually upgrade it, and it just means that some of the training spots just aren't really accessible for high rounds anymore, apart from the Rift area. The Rift is pretty much the main spot where most people just decide to train, and this is just unfortunate, which is why I would have really liked to see this extra district. Now it leads open to the question, well, what sort of ritual site would have been in this area? Would there even be a ritual site here if it was included in the main game? And well, there might have just not been a ritual site here. Maybe there wouldn't have been a ritual site because there's obviously not 5 characters. However, what I'm thinking at the moment is, what if this area was the area where Nero's ritual site was supposed to be? This would make complete sense, because all of the characters apart from Nero, they have their own district where their ritual site is. However, for Nero, it's just in Spawn, and that's where his ritual site in, and I think it was originally supposed to be in this extra district, but as I said, it had to be relocated to the Spawn in a much smaller section so that the map could handle it. Or it could have been another ritual site entirely and we just have no idea what they could have been for. Maybe it could have been like a ritual site specific for the Shadow Man, if that makes any sense, because you're helping the Shadow Man to open Pack-a-Punch, and maybe this would have been one that's specific to him, because obviously each ritual site is specific to the character's backstory, and maybe this ritual site could have been specific for the Shadow Man and could have given you some back knowledge behind him, although I don't think so, that's just some wild speculation. But let me know what you think about this scrapped 4th area slash district that was supposed to be on Shadows of Evil, but unfortunately never made it into the actual game due to hardware limitations. And also let me know what ritual site do you think would have been located here, if any at all. So anyways, thank you for watching the video, make subscribe for new idea for latest and greatest Black Ops 3 Zombies news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.